All right, Jaden, I'll help you in a minute. I just want to show this loop knot and control string again. So I just take my string and I'm just going to cut a long string. Now, if we're in school, that's easy. It's just about 3/4 the length of our table. And then the short string is about 3/4 the width of a table. So now I've got my short string that I'm going to use as my control one. And I've got my long string that I want to turn into that J shape right there. All right, so that's how you want to start that loop knot. So you take the long string. Again, my long string is hanging way off this table. I bring it up and I bring it around. And then I'm going to pinch right there. Okay, so I'm going to pinch to create a loop. And then all I do is bring that loop, I twist it and turn it and put it on top of the string. That's all I did. I pinch that loop right here. I pinch it. And then I pick it up and I just twist it and bring it over the top of those other strings. So now I've got my loop here and I've got my hole there. And what I want to do is I want to take that loop and I want to go under and up through that hole. So I take this loop and I go under and in that hole and I just pull. And there's your loop knot. All right, with still plenty of string left up above because we want that to be 2 inches down from that top tetrahedron. So again, tissue paper on the left, tissue paper on the right, all facing the same direction. I've got the one tissue paper edge all the way down. That's the lead edge of the kite. I want to make sure that my loop knot is about 2 inches down. So I'm going to take the end of my loop knot string and the end of this string, and I'm going to tie the two together. And the first thing I can pull it so that it's about 2 inches down, and then I make my loop, go through my loop. You got to do this gently, and then I pull. Okay, so right now that loop knot is about 2 inches down on the front of the kite. Then I'm going to just flip my kite up, and I'm going to tie this end to this string, just like you've been tying all the time, over and under, pull, and I want to pull that so it's kind of tight, but I don't want to change the shape of my kite. All right, I do want it tight, and then I just go over, through the loop, and pull. So that's all I did was I have my loop knot 2 inches down, and I have this guidance string all the way down the front. So it's tied at the top, tied at the bottom. It is going to be flimsy. That's why we use this small string. This is the control string. It only goes across the top tetrahedron, and we put it through the loop. So I'm going to come to one of my vertices. I'm going to put it under and right into that corner right there. And I'm just going to tie my knot. Under, stuff the tail through the loop, pull. Under, stuff the tail through the loop, pull. Now I want to bring it across the front top tetrahedron, but I want it to go through the loop. So I thread it through that loop. Make sure it keeps that loop nice and tight right there. And I'm going to tie these two strings together. First time I pull, that's when you want to control how tight you are. So that pulls it pretty tight. And I gently go over, through my loop, and pull. And again, that's where you hook the string that you want to fly it with. All right. So like I showed you before, I'll go get it. I have pre-made flying string in the class, but you can use any extra string. I like to tie mine in class to a paper clip because then this paper clip becomes an easy on, easy off. So I hook it right there, and then the minute you start to run, your kite starts to lift. Okay, because it creates that angle of attack. So you're going to run into the wind, but the minute you start to run, that kite's going to lift. And then if you use a paper clip, it's easy just to unhook it. Well, if it's not all tangled, it's easy just to unhook it. Well, maybe not. Way to go. Epic fail. Just unhook it that way. What the heck's going on? I'll fight with it. There we go. So normally it's just quick hook, and you just unleash it like that. If you don't have anything like this, you can just, like I said, take a bunch of string, wrap it around a small ruler, and tie one end of it to there. And then the more string you let out, the higher the kite's going to go. Make sure you're running into the wind. I have people, when they fly them outside of the classroom, they run in both directions. All right. You want to deflect the All right, so once that video gets into me, I'll post it. If some of you want to finish your kite tomorrow also, so if you've done pretty well on all your assignments and you want to finish that kite and get that done tomorrow, because it's going to take probably 2 classes to do the area and volume. And then it's probably going to take 2 or 3 classes to do a short assignment on Pythagorean theorem. And that's going to leave us with maybe 6 or 7 classes to work with adaptive and assisted devices. That's a big part of bioengineering, where at the end, you will use materials from home to come up with a device that could be adapted or manipulated to help someone with a disability. And I do have some examples.